The markets always come first at the start of everything. So let's get back to the market space and checking with our friends in East Africa. That's how the Nairobi Bourse finished today. That's 38 basis points at 156.69 for you. Another negative finishing line for the Nairobi Bourse. The Dar es Salaam stock market finished 1,914. That's off track by 41 basis points. In Uganda, the index finished 54 basis points. That's quite a very strong finishing line. In Kampala, 1,298. Then Rwanda remained unchanged at 146.26 in Kigali. Rolling some news to just spice things up. Kenya is setting up laws for the development of nuclear tech infrastructure. Kenya is looking for alternative energy sources. Fast and furious, everyone's trying to be on the right side of climate change. And Kenya is floating a mobile app to push green buildings adoption. I'm going to ask my guest about that. Safaricom is signing a new network partnership deal with Ethio Telecom in Ethiopia after Safaricom got that licensing to operate in Ethiopia in partnership with Vodacom. The Uganda says it's ready to host the regional East Africa Central Bank. East African community is looking to have a common central bank, and Uganda says it's ready to put the headquarters in Kampala. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so information technology and by extension, digital transformation is spreading like wildfire across Africa, impacting businesses and economies thanks to a new generation of companies that are pushing the frontiers. Simfix Nigeria is one of the new kid on the block with digital companies based here in Nigeria. And the co-founder and executive director, Chibuzor Onwurah, is here in the studios for a quick chat with me tonight. Good evening. Great to have you. We just finished talking about venture capitals, private equity. Everybody's putting money on you guys around the world. You guys made about $5 billion last year. So I'm interested in speaking to any one of you anytime I get the opportunity. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Digital transformation, what does it really mean for business leaders today?
Okay, so that's a good question. Digital transformation is essentially the art of a business taking a look at how they do what they do and trying to change and bring in technology to improve whatever it is that they do so that they are more efficient, so that they can reduce risk, so that they can grow revenue or discover new revenue streams, and essentially so that they can continue to innovate in the world we are today.
Digital transformation, what does it really mean, simply put, for someone like me?
It simply means moving from a lot of your manual processes or your old ways of doing things into new modern ways of doing things so that you can attract more customers and grow your revenue.
So if I put that in a business as an enterprise, for example, what changes? What needs to change? Is it just the technology, the equipment, or the way I do things, or is it the software, or is it the ecosystem of everything I've just talked about?
So it actually starts from the mind. It's a cultural change, a cultural shift. So it starts with you, the business leader, and your organization realizing that things are changing. The world is moving fast. We're in a mobile age. We're in a digital age. So you first need to be prepared to experiment. You need to be prepared, to change, to try things out. When you do that, then you now need to look at your processes, how you do things, to discover where am I dropping the ball. And then you can now look at technology that helps you bridge the gap. So it doesn't start with technology, because technology is just a tool for you to meet your business objective. It starts with you understanding what you want to achieve and then finding the right technology fit for it.
I keep running into this issue around identity play, and then I keep asking myself, why is identity so important when I meet folks like yourself in digital space? It's got about identity. Why is it very important, especially for developing countries such as Nigeria?
Oh, that's a great question. If you think about digital transformation and all I had just said, and you think about making your customers your business more accessible to your customers. In fact, one key thing digital transformation brings is more self-service for your customers. Your customers being able to utilize or come in contact with your business at their own time, at their own pace, with their devices. When you think about that, you realize that to service that customer well, you need to know who he is. So there's a regulatory aspect and KYC aspect, knowing your customer, from a regulatory and compliance perspective. Then there's the business aspect of you wanting to identify who it is you're serving so that you can better tailor services to him. Imagine, for instance, you have a shop and you are able to identify that Mr. Bassi likes moi moi, a Nigerian delicacy, while another man likes something else. Tomorrow, when you have a new food item that goes with moi moi, because you know Mr. Bassi, you can do what you didn't used to do before, which is to inform him that you have something new that complements that delicacy he used to like before.
Digitally, I should be able to do that.
Yes, digitally you can do that. The more you know your customer, the more you're able to identify them, the more you can begin to tailor services, and tailor your value proposition to them, and that helps you keep them.
Yes. Identity is very important, but again, we have a whole lot of crisis issues around identity theft and things like that. How you folks, is that something that goes in the line of what you folks do to ensure that customers' identity are protected, is not abused, and things like that?
Oh, sure. So that's where the kind of technology you deploy comes in play. And you making sure that you're working with the right partners that put security at the forefront. So for instance, we have a product, Verify.Africa, that's an online platform that helps you, when you plug it into your business, you're able to use it to do digitally customer verification, address verification, and, any necessary identity verification that you need for your business. And it's plugged to NIMSI, it's plugged to BVN. You are able to securely identify who it is you're serving, and that data is not transferred to you, so you don't need to save it, so your customer doesn't need to worry that you have his data. So security is always paramount. Yeah.
You guys are not giving me any of this free, by the way, so yes. I'm going to ask, what's the cost of digital transformation?
Well, I think the way to look at it is what's the gain, because the gain of digital transformation is always way more than whatever cost you put into it. If you think about it, it helps you reach or scale out more to service more customers. It helps you do more with the existing staff strength you have. So you don't really need to hire 10 times to service 10 times more customers. So anything you're spending to transform your business, at the end of the day, is an investment in the growth of your business.
A whole lot of folks are coming through to Nigeria, and I thought we've done so much in digital space, but it looks like we're just scratching the surface. How much more still needs to be done?
Oh, there's so much. Every industry, every sector is changing, and the post-pandemic world has made it a reality. For instance, we have banks that are using some of our solutions, our onboarding solutions, to acquire customers. So today, their account officers over a weekend in church can upsell you some of the bank's products, whip out their phone, and convert you as a customer. And that is a non-traditional hour for a bank, for instance. So if you think about it, every single sector has various use cases, for which technology can come in and help them become more efficient. There's so much to be done.
I'm always scared about you digital transformation folks, because most likely most folks are scared because they think they're going to lose their jobs because digital transformation is here. What's going to happen to jobs and relevance, by the way?
Okay. So remember earlier I said it's about a cultural shift, a cultural change. So digital transformation, what it does, it doesn't just make your work faster. Essentially, you are doing your work differently, whereas you are meeting the same objective. So when you are doing your work differently, it means that your workers also need to upskill themselves. So it's not so much that jobs will be lost, it's that the nature of work will change. And the workers in the industries, what they need to do is understand where the company is going and then upskill themselves so they continue to remain relevant. Nobody should be afraid. Technology is here to stay. All technology will do for us is enable us for more.
Yes. Interesting what the future is for your industry if you consider the entire economic structure of Nigeria with the level of poverty and all of that, the level of knowledge that you need in your industry. Do you think is still a whole lot out there that it could be achieved if you look at the size of the population, how many more people need to enter your digital transformation in digital space and be able to contribute a whole lot more? Or you think you have enough?
No, certainly we don't have enough. Technology is sweeping the world, and there's so much to be done. And that's where education is also very important, because we have a young population, a lot of people, millions of people in Nigeria. Therefore, they can be trained, and they can also, in acquiring these skills, contribute significantly, to the change going on in the world. And that's why for us as Synfix, for instance, we are launching this month a training program called Next Gen, where we are aiming to develop at least 10,000 young Nigerians and even Africans over the next few years so that they can have more skills and contribute to the digital economy.
I'm not sure. I'm going to send you my resume, but when you just got the age, I'm not sure if I'm qualified. But again, I got a 10, 11-year-old boy. Sure.
You're welcome. Yes, everyone is.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Yes.
I still got a lot to upskill. Thank you so much. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Chibuzor Onwurah, co-founder at Synfix Nigeria. Thanks for coming on the program.